Namanda, 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 namanda. Good morning. Welcome to our family service this morning. Joining us here and there. It's nice to have everyone here. Buddhist Temple of Alameda and the Enmanji Buddhist Temple, and maybe a few others who are able to join us. We have a few people here live at this service today, so it's nice to have people actually here and that you are in the comforts of your home to be able to view this service today. So I'd like to go over the service order with you. We'll have the chanting of the Sambujo. Please prepare your chants and have your Gatha books ready. So the Sambujo and the Junirai is our main chant for today. Nembutsu and Ekoku will complete the chanting portion of the service, and I'll come back for our Dharma message. So for now, as you know, we're adapting and transitioning to our YouTube services from the previous pre-recorded services. And so for the time being, we're going to make it a very basic elements of a Buddhist service with the sutra chanting and the Dharma message. Okay, so we will continue with that probably for the next few weeks, and we'll grow into this together. So please join me in the chanting Sambujo Junirai. Namanda, 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 namanda. Namanda, 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 namanda. 慶州天人職業阿弥陀千両族尊在未明安楽無量武士周囲念金色心情如せのシャマタ行如造部両目上脈少蓮華古賀将来弥陀尊面前年上如満月以降有如千日月小如天空くしら古賀将来弥陀尊観音頂戴観中寿主寿名相将軍信福下道負けおまん古賀将来弥陀尊無微無空交渉上修徳経血女国小さり薬徳自在古賀将来弥陀尊実法名門菩薩衆無量小魔女三段一生修上管理基準古賀将来弥陀尊根体保険地承継前言症状名大座おいざ上如せの古賀将来弥陀尊実法将来勝負し権限人図思安楽戦後尊厳上苦行古賀将来弥陀尊小無常無我と薬尿水月伝尿路一種説法無明寺古賀将来弥陀尊一尊不説無悪名薬無女人悪道夫主任死心教非尊古賀将来弥陀尊非尊無量法勉強無 shu akuchi shik Ojo futai shibodai Koga chorai midason Gazetsu hison kunokuji Shuzen mu en nyokai sui shogyaku zengon shoujo sha eseshu jou sho iko namandabu 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 Ganishikudoku Byodo seisai Dohon modaishin Ojo an rako Namanda, 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 namanda. Good morning again, everyone. Nice to hear chanting going on behind me. It's always nice to have the chanting. I know many of people have mentioned when they view the video services, they like to know, what number, what minute the Dharma talk starts, so they can scroll over to listen to the Dharma talk. And it's always emphasized that the full service is to have the chanting and the Dharma message. The chanting prepares you for the Dharma message, and sometimes we miss that when we have our own, led by our own devices and our own prefaces. So it's kind of nice to come back to actual service and to have people here chanting with me, and not just envisioning or hoping that the chanting is there. So for today's Dharma message, I have another reflections on the adventures of Sensei. And I took a recent trip. My mother has some property, a small place in South Lake Tahoe, and we haven't been there for months and months, since before the fire and all these recent snowstorms and such. And so Charmin and I took a trip up to South Lake Tahoe. We tried to go there a few months before, and a lot of the roads were clogged up and things, and the Google map told us we could get there. So the Highway 50 would be closed, but there's some off-roads so you could get over the summit. And we went late at night one time a few months ago, and got off a little bit past Apple Hills in that area, maybe closer to Pollock Pines, and we went off into these other winding mountainous trails to get over the summit. And as the roads got a little smaller and a little darker and a little more windy, and then finally we get to a place and there's a sign that says, do not stop, do not go any further. So telling us, so this is the end of the road, right? It doesn't continue to go over the summit. So stop, you dummy, go back home. So this is a sign on the hanging there. So we turned around and made our way back and then got to where we started on Highway 50, and on the other side there's a Safeway. So we went in there to get something and to ask, and they said, oh yeah, no one's going over the summit right now, so maybe in a week or something we could get over that summit. So okay, so we'll wait in the bakery section. No, we had to go home. So 3 hours there and 3 hours back, and got home at 3 in the morning or so, and just said, oh well, we'll have to do it another time. So just this week we went up, and it was during the day, so we could see everything, all the damage from the Calder fires and things, and first time to see it. And so many trees were gone or damaged and burned, and mile after mile you go through this, and kind of my thoughts go to kind of like reflecting upon a memorial service, or maybe even a war zone, and looking at this and mile after mile after mile. And so it really impacts you. And big trees standing there with scorched bark, and they looked like maybe like headstones in a cemetery. So their friends, their families gone, and their gentle winds, so they're kind of swaying. The green is gone, but they're swaying like this, right? I was trying to imagine myself, when you have something, pain, you fall off a ladder maybe, or something happens, or you have a big burn on your body, and people want to help you and move you, and say, wait, and you're not quite ready to move, and just wait. And you're maybe holding your breath or breathing deeply, and you feel the pain in your body, and you're not quite ready. Hold on, wait. And so even the tree standing there, gentle breeze. And I was wondering, does he feel the pain just by being moved ever so gently? Does the bark burn area hurt, And so I was thinking about all these things, that maybe the trees and all the things out there would be still feeling, or have they just died completely? And there were crews there working nearby, cutting down the trees, removing the limbs, and cutting them into logs that would fit onto a logging truck, right? So certain sections, and they cut these logs, and they were all stacked up along the side of the freeway. And it looked so solemn and quiet and sad. You drive a little further, and there's a pile of logs. Looks like a fireplace, bunch of logs, maybe a dozen logs stacked here. Drive down a quarter mile, there's another stack there, and looked like could be dead bodies, body bags, too many to count. Stack them up, load them up, get them out of here. And it just seemed, I don't know, just solemn, like a memorial, like a funeral. And you think, what about the animals, right? So many animals. Where did they go? Where could they go? And you think of all the animals you would have seen that we've seen before. Birds, maybe a couple times in a lifetime you would have seen a bear run across the road or something like that. Chipmunks, squirrels playing and flittering around. Coyote, see them often. Deer, we see them often. And where could they go? Where could they possibly get to safely, right? And then thinking about, and what about the workers? What about the firefighters? And all the work they had to do. They worked so hard. They fought like a war, fighting so hard. And you think about their lungs, compromised, breathing in that hot air. They don't usually wear the mask, breathing that ash into their lungs, and being compromised. Their health becomes compromised, probably shortening their lives. How do we know? We'll find out later. So all these things I'm looking at as we drive through, and reminding me of the story of the four greats, Prince Siddhartha going through from his kingdom, going through one at a time each of the 4 gates. And this very well-known story, he snuck out to see the things. He's always has this sequestered life and protected from his father to see these ugly sights of human existence. And now, it's a very people-centric perspective. We envision the old man. We envision the person's laying in the road suffering with the plague. We envision the funeral procession. And then we envision him meeting the monk with his peaceful face at the 4th gate. And each of these, these trees are like a different existence, showing us these same 4 gates that the Buddha saw, old age, illness, death, and showing in these trees that are standing there, burnt bark, some of them gone, barren hillsides, and all these things that we're seeing. And it just seems like there's a connection to the lives of all these trees and to our own lives. And just like in losing, for us to lose people close to us, the closer we stand, the more we feel when they are lost. And you hear about the fire, you see it on the news, but when you're actually there, the traffic had to be stopped, and Sharman got out of the car just to look over, to take pictures, and to be this close to the trees. And so the closer you are, and same thing in a family, you go to your friend's uncle's funeral, and you feel a little bit removed in distance, but when it's your own father, mother, son, you're ripped wide open, right? And so the same kind of sense of loss when we come to that. So I think to be a part of and not separate from is the question and the answer to every spiritual quest and to every religion. The teachers guide us to confront the question of death and to come to the deepest meanings of life. To resolve our life and death is to connect, to reconnect to that which we came from, to reconnect to the infinite. So many trees caused to suffer and die, to be cut from their homes, cut from their lives. They cry tears of pain and suffering, and this grows us and the next to come. So we become part of their process of loss, and hopefully we benefit and we learn something as we see their suffering and what they had to go through. And this regrowth and regeneration is not only of the greenery or of new trees, but of us as well. So, mottai nai, what a waste. Namo Amida Butsu. So please join me in Gassho. We'll conclude this Dharma message today. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, 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 Namanda. So I'm going to relight the incense, and please come up here and there as you have set up to do in your own homes, and the few of us here at the temple will come up to offer incense, and in a little bit we will shut off this YouTube version of the service, family service today. Before I light the incense, thank you to everyone, the tech crew, old and new, young and old, who have come here to help us set up and everything, and everyone who helped to prepare the onaijin, the flowers and the fruits, and obuppan, and all these things. And there's still much more after the fact that goes on to get these video links to you, and there's a lot that goes on. And so we thank everyone who's been able to participate and to contribute. So thank you very much. Join me in Gassho one last time. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, Namanda. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Namanda, 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 namanda. This way.